going to now get into our division preview. So the structure of it, we're going to go team by team. We'll talk about last year. We'll talk about them going into this season. And then once we finish a division, we will do our division awards. To let you guys behind the curtain a little bit, Mike has his division awards already done, planned out. Mine, I'm going to do live on the show. So if I miss somebody, don't blame me. I'm doing them live. But
I have them planned out, but I do have like 2 or 3 guys for some of them. So I'm just deciding between
okay, interesting.
that little group of people.
Well, I mean, I know last time I didn't plan ahead. I missed like Micah Parsons or something.
Yeah.
So let me try not to do that again. Oh, that was with the East too, so I'm not going to do that this year.
Well, it's always the first one, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's the start of a new season.
All right, so that'll move us to the NFC East then. The NFC Beast, as they call it.
Yeah.
We will start with the reigning defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Boo! They didn't do a ton this offseason, but what they did I liked, unfortunately. I love the Josh Uche pickup. I know he wasn't great with the Chiefs, but he showed a lot of potential with the Patriots. They traded for him halfway through the season at the deadline. They got him. They also added Jihad Campbell as a linebacker, which should never have fallen to them ever, but that's just kind of what happens with Howie and the Eagles. They also brought in Adoree Jackson, Azeez Ojulari as well, and Harrison Bryant, the tight end. And DTR, in case he's needed to fill in for Kenny Pickett, who I guess they just swapped quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they just swapped quarterbacks. But, yeah, I mean, you look at some of the guys they lost, I will say they did lose guys. So as much as I do like a lot of their additions, their subtractions outweighed a little bit for me. They lose Bryce Huff, Josh Sweat, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's addition by subtraction, Kenny Pickett, Milton Williams, and Oren Burks. So, I mean, that's, what are we talking, 4 or 5 starters? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's
all
concerning.
on one side of the ball, really.
Yeah, that as well, which is concerning. What happened the last time they lost something on one side of the ball? They fell off.
Mm-hmm. But you look at, speaking on the defensive side of the ball, they do lose a lot of people. But they still have Vic Fangio, and I think that's
huge,
colossal. He's one of the best D coordinators in the league. They have a lot of young guys who are only going to get better. You lose Milton Williams, but now you get a chance to get Jordan Davis on the field a little bit more. You already have Jalen Carter. Azeez Ojulari, I believe, comes in as well, signs from the Giants. That's a pretty good pickup. He can replace a guy you lost, kind of like Josh Sweat. The defense, the secondary was the concern 2 years ago. Last year, they really kind of fixed themselves, and they're all still very young. Ringo's young, DeJean's young, Kenyon Mitchell young. Now they get to trade, bring in a guy like Jacorian Bennett, like we touched on earlier. They have young CBs now. They all have to still perform. The safeties are slightly concerning. I still think they're going to be solid. And then on the offensive side of the ball, at every position, there's not too many players you take over them. I mean, Hurts, there's not too many. He does have a lot of help around him, but Saquon Barkley, you're not really taking another running back over.
Agreed.
Are you taking a receiver core over A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith?
Yes.
Who are you taking?
One.
Then?
Chase and
Higgins, and yeah I probably would take those two, but
I'm trying to.
There's not many.
Devontae and Cup.
I'm
Devontae
taking
and
Brown and Smith.
Puka.
Brown and Smith.
It's close.
Yeah.
Devontae and Puka is close for me. Devontae and Cup would not be, for the record. But
they also have Dallas Goedert,
JSN and Cup,
one of the better tight ends, and then they have probably still the best offensive line in the league. Even though they lose Mekhi Becton, they are able to put Steen in the lineup. I still think they have the best offensive line in football, the best tackle duo, and the interior is perfectly fine. So this team's still going to be good.
If they give up some points, they're going to be in trouble.
Let's play
the game again.
One more thing I didn't touch on was they lost Kellen Moore.
Yes, they also did lose
Kellen Moore. They promote Kevin Patullo to OC. Previous was the associate head coach. So
and
that's actually, offensively, that's the big change.
And we harped on it before when they lost both coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
Say it again. But let's run the game again because I want to see how good your memory is from last year. Rushing yards allowed per game. We'll start from the bottom.
Rushing yards allowed per game?
Yeah.
10th?
4th.
Okay, so they're a little better than I thought.
Passing yards allowed per game.
10th again.
2nd.
Yeah, that's right, because they were just really good.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Rushing yards allowed
because they were so bad.
Rushing yards gained per game, my bad.
Wait, like
rushing yards per game for them. Offensively.
first, second,
yeah, and then passing yards.
10th.
30th.
Really? They'll say that bad? Okay.
It was a problem all year, and the only medicine for anything in sports is winning. They won the Super Bowl, so we're not going to talk about how their passing offense wasn't great, how Jalen Hurts' decision making still wasn't great, how his arm talent still isn't great, because he won the Super Bowl. And I think you do give them grace for that, and you give him grace for that. But with this defense getting a lot worse, if they're going to score a ton, or if they're going to get scored on a ton, I'm worried about Jalen Hurts' ability to be able to truly sling the ball for 17 games and have to go run down and score points.
I mean, the counterpoint to that is, like you said, they were second in rushing yards per game, and you have Saquon Barkley who ran for 2,000 yards.
Of course.
You have Jalen Hurts who, on any third and short, you can just get the first down with. So,
of course,
in a lot of positions, you don't have to. It's really just to keeping everybody happy.
Agreed. I mean, I agree with all that, but I mean, let's take week 1 last year for the Eagles, week 1 this year for the Eagles. Last year's team is smoking them.
Yeah,
right?
But before the season last year, would you have said that team was going to smoke this team?
Well, I wouldn't have known this team.
Yeah, fair enough, but I don't know. It's hard to tell because you won't really know until the end of the season if
You're right.
this team is better.
You're right.
Or worse. Because I think bringing in Ojulari is nice.
Yeah, I think that's big.
And they still have Zach Bond as a linebacker and Nakobe Dean. So they have those guys.
Nakobe Dean's
Bring in
out
Jihad
for a
Campbell.
while, though, right?
Nakobe Dean?
Didn't he get hurt at the end of last year?
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, he is listed as injured.
I might be wrong on
He's
that.
on the PUP list, so yeah.
Yeah.
Knee.
So that's
So
concerning.
yeah, he did do
But I
that.
mean, the biggest things for me, and we can move on here to the Cowboys in a second, but it's the Huff, Sweat, and Milton Williams losses that hurt. You can get over the CJ Gardner-Johnson, even though he is decent and I just troll.
They don't have the depth on the interior D line like they used to.
Yeah. They
So
still have
they
Jalen
need to-
Carter.
Do need to stay healthy there.
Yes. Who, I mean, how many players did they have that we drafted on our last episode, drafting the best players at every position? A lot.
Yeah. We had Bond.
We had Bond. We had both tackles, Saquon, Jalen
And I
Carter.
Hurts, and I almost took AJ Brown.
Yeah, so almost doesn't count
It
unless
does
it's
not.
horseshoes or hand grenades. But we can move on here to the Dallas Cowboys, who brought in the best addition, I think, of the entire offseason by any team, James Houston, who
Yeah, sure.
Houston is in Dallas now,
Yeah.
so watch out. But yeah, no, they didn't do anything extremely meaningful. Again, this is 3 years in a row now.
Yeah.
Of us on this show, on this exact episode, basically the exact week of the year, talking about
Saying
the
the same
Cowboys
thing.
didn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they make a lot of moves? Yes. Did they make a lot of impactful moves?
Only
No.
one.
Being,
George Pickens.
yes, exactly. And now you get Pickens and CD, which is going to be good, and we know how good Dak is when he has good talent around him. I'm not higher on Dak than I am on Jalen Hurts. I want to say that before I say what I'm about to say. But I feel the equal amount worse about Jalen Hurts than the public does as I do better about Dak than the public does. if
I
that
definitely
makes
feel
sense.
better about Dak than the public does.
Yeah,
That's it.
I feel like he's completely overrated.
You think he's overrated?
No, overhated.
Oh, I thought you said over. Yeah, no, I think
No,
he's overrated
overhated.
as well.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, but with that being said, offensive line took a bit of a hit this year. You lose Zach Martin. Who else did they lose? They lost one other guy, didn't they?
I only see Zach Martin listed for.
It was
me.
only Zach Martin? Okay, I thought they lost somebody else. So that's not as bad. As far as additions, we said Pickens. They also brought in Miles Sanders, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn from the Bears. They drafted Tyler Booker, which I liked. I thought that was a good pick. I
Mhm.
wanted them to invest in the offensive line going into the first round of the draft, something that they really don't do often because they're so worried about making the flashy pick.
Yeah.
But they invested in the offensive line. I thought that was a good move. I love Donovan Ezraku, so from Boston College at the end. I thought that was a good pick in the second round. And Jayden Blue, is that really a needle mover? No, but I think it's a fine pick in the late rounds. They bring in Javonte Williams, who that's going to be interesting. Javonte Williams in Dallas now. But yeah, their offseason free agency, I give them a D. Their draft, I give them a B.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on everything you said. I was trying to look it up. I thought I had heard that Jayden Blue has been like uninterested in like practicing, I guess. So
okay, well then I
concerning.
guess that's not a great fit.
especially when you do a dynasty draft in like March and you
Yeah.
draft him then and then you find out he's uninterested in practicing. Love that. Love that. But
You did that?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know you had a dynasty draft.
yeah, I had a dynasty draft. I took Jayden Blue, and
That's brutal.
at least I'm like 90% sure I did.
He's uninterested in practice.
It was something weird.
He's doing the AI treatment before he ever plays a game.
Yeah.
We're talking about
And then
practice. That's all you've done, bro.
And to make it even better, there's like 4 what's it called taxi squad spots, and I didn't even put him on one of those. So I'm in trouble. But I guess
maybe he's interested in playing, just not practicing.
it looks like he started to get interested though.
Okay.
Once he got first team reps,
Oh,
he
okay.
became interested.
So good move by him then, maybe.
Yeah. They also brought in Miles Sanders,
Yeah.
Javonte Williams. I wish I could have a counter of how many times I've said that the Cowboys need to be able to run the football.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. It's the same thing every year.
It's got to be over a dozen, easily,
Yeah.
maybe over 2 dozen. The amount of times I've said it. Actually, definitely over 2 dozen because it was twice a week last year.
Yeah.
So at least more than 34. But yeah, the big concern for me is them running the football. If Dak can stay healthy, I think they just need a run game to really unlock him to play at that level like we've seen him. Like, you can't deny that Dak's played at a top level.
Oh, I don't.
He's played fantastic.
Anybody
at some
that
points.
denies that is incorrect.
Yeah, he's played fantastic at some points, but when he was doing that, they had a solid run game to help him.
Yeah.
And they absolutely need that now.
They figured out the run game a bit at the end of last year, but
Do you have what they finished? Because I believe it has to be like 31st.
Is that your guess?
I'll go 30th.
27th.
Yeah.
You want to
Not
guess
good.
the rest?
Sure.
Passing.
Passing? I can't be high. 20th?
10th.
Oh, wow.
Cooper Rush had a decent year. He did.
He did, yeah.
They lost
Rush
Cooper
was-
Rush.
And they
by the
lost
way.
Cooper Rush.
Yes, to another team we're going to talk about, right?
Or did they? I believe. I know I saw his name. But
I know I saw it twice. That's why I'm saying
Yeah, I
that.
thought it was the Eagles.
believe-
But I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
if we
get to
see it.
that. But yeah. Okay, so passing yards allowed.
Passing yards allowed.
Pass defense.
Pretty low because they weren't good. 20th.
18th, so pretty close. And then rushing yards allowed.
They were bad. 30th.
Yeah, 29th. So
Yeah.
you're pretty good on that one. But yeah, I mean, if we're looking at outlook here, I think if Dak stays healthy, I think they'll be a fine offensive team. And I think the Micah situation is interesting. Obviously, we talked extensively about that last week. But I mean, I think they're a fringe playoff team still. I still have them as a fringe playoff team. I do.
Yeah, I think I'd have him as a fringe playoff team too. I wish they had more going on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
You have Trayvon Diggs. Obviously, if he's healthy, he can be a top corner. Deron Bland has shown randomly in a season that he can get a pick six anytime he wants to. But if they don't have Micah Parsons, I don't see this defense doing anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. And
At
then
all.
they lose their mastermind, Mike McCarthy, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And they bring in Schottenheimer as head coach.
did
Or
you see-
they kept him.
Did
Yeah.
you see what he was wearing?
I did not.
Coward got on his ass.
What do you do?
What does Coward hate?
I don't know.
Backwards hats.
Oh, he
He was wearing a backwards visor.
Oh, wow. See, that's just a crazy move. A
Yeah,
backwards visor. What's
Coward
the point?
went off, bro.
What's the point of a backward visor?
There is
Don't wear a
none.
hat.
There is none. Yes, it's
Oh.
a headband. It turns into a headband.
Yeah, it's essentially a headband. Another little funny thing about Schottenheimer, did you know who he appointed as offensive coordinator?
No.
Himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He did a ceremony.
He is the
Or
head
not a
coach and
ceremony, but you know.
calling plays.
But is he say? Did he say like I'm the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, they don't have an offensive coordinator listed.
That's hilarious. Because it's one thing to be the head coach and play call, but to just not have an offensive coordinator.
It's happened before, like Shanahan used to do it, but that's Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah,
That's not Brian
It's
Schottenheimer, first-time
so
head coach.
weird. I thought Schottenheimer still, or not Schottenheimer. I thought Shanahan still had no C.
He never did, but he did. I think it was only for one season. He decided he needed one.
But maybe it was like they did like an offensive consultant or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they have consultants everywhere. It's just
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
have an offensive coordinator listed.
That's so funny. That's hilarious.
For a first-time head coach, I really have never seen that.
Yeah, that's I kind of like it.
It's
a little
kinda
bit.
aura if he's
yeah,
good.
it's ballsy.
If he's good, that's aura.
I like that.
Can't lie.
That's the first good thing I think I've heard about him so far.
Well, and then I'll make you even happier and say his DC is Matt Eberflus.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I no longer feel good about him not naming an OC. So he doesn't have any coordinators.
No.
Actually, I don't want to say Eberflus is a
Eberflus
decent
has done
DC.
it as DC before.
Yeah,
he's
he's
been
a
solid
good.
in that
He's
position.
a good DC actually.
But
I shouldn't say that.
He
It's
is
just fun.
gonna pick up a defense here that could not stop a run to save their life last season,
Yeah.
and that's not good at all.
Nowhere to go but up.
Luckily for him, if his star player plays, which we did just get a report that there's been no contact at all with Micah Parsons, and Jerry Jones says he doesn't think he'll play week 1. Or he doesn't know if he'll play week 1. So that means he's not going to play week 1, essentially.
Yeah, that's
But
not great.
if you don't have him, I don't know. I don't know what this defense really can do. I'm not a big fan of the linebackers, to be honest. I think Kenneth Murray's okay, but
I don't.
I mean, that's really it.
I think Kenneth Murray is a good name to have.
Yeah. I guess it's good if you're playing Madden.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kenneth Murray, but in 2025, he's only good in Madden.
Yeah.
Let's just call it how it is. And I don't really even play Madden anymore, so maybe he isn't good in Madden anymore, but he was at one point.
Yeah. The secondary is not bad. They bring in Dante Fowler Jr., 10.5 sacks last season. Solid. But, yeah, I don't know what to think. And especially, this is what concerns me on top of that. They have what I've been told is a historically tough schedule.
I mean, all these, the NFC East, all does.
4 consecutive games against 14-plus win teams in weeks 12 to 15. 6 against 11-plus win teams weeks 12 to 17.
Yeah.
So if they don't get off to a hot start, I think it's you can chalk it, which is why I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
And that is a phenomenal transition for the team we're about to talk about, which is the New York Giants, who have the toughest schedule in the league.
Yes.
And I would like to play a game. Can you load up the Giants schedule for me while I talk about the Giants?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Giants, they brought in Jameis, which is fun that they brought in Jameis. They also brought in Russell Wilson, though, and they drafted Jackson Dart. So many of these additions, of course, are quarterbacks. Outside of that, they haven't added anybody crazy. They, of course, draft Abdul Carter, which is one of the best players that we've even mentioned today. And this defense showed a lot of potential towards the end of the year last year. They're decent in the secondary. Their pass rush now with Thibodeau, Carter, and Dexter Lawrence is really, really good. I think they have a really, really strong defense. Their offense, I worry about. They have a good amount of weapons. Their offensive line was decent in the beginning of last year. Then Andrew Thomas got hurt, and they weren't nearly as decent. But, yeah, I mean, this is just going to be the story of who they start at quarterback. If it's Russell Wilson, they won't be good. If it's Jameis, they'll be fun at least. And if it's Jackson Dart, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I have their schedule if you're ready. Whatever game you're.
I was just going to say, do you want to just predict their schedule?
Oh. We can do that at the end of the Giants.
Okay, yeah, we'll end with that.
Yeah. I believe they struggled last season, obviously. They were bad.
Yeah, clearly.
Not a hot take to say that.
3-14, I believe, right?
You look at, you kind of touched on it, the D-line that they have just a pretty solid, like almost more than pretty solid.
We're talking top 5.
Best. Talking, I think top 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On paper.
Yeah, Dexter Lawrence is incredible. He is very good. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter,
mention Brian Burns.
Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean,
rank those 1 to 4.
Oh, 1 to 4. 1 Dexter Lawrence.
Yes, easily.
2, I want to give it to Abdul Carter.
I agree.
And 3, Brian Burns. 4 Thibodeau.
Yep, that's my exact order as well. So not interesting at all. Nothing to debate
there. They still have. You touched on Andrew Thomas. They need him to stay healthy. 3-15 in games that he's missed since he's been on the team. Not good.
Okay, let's be fair though. If he played in those, would they be that much better?
Not much better, but I mean, it's at least like.
What are they like 3-12?
I don't have the stats of when he's healthy. It's also not good, but
yeah.
Didn't make a coaching change. The offensive line is poor, and with the very difficult schedule, it's not going to be good. They don't really have a tight end. Theo Johnson still leads that. They have I'd say a solid, maybe good wide receiver duo with Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson. I think they can get the job done. You can win with that duo.
Agreed.
As well as Darius Slayton. Jalen Hyatt, we've never seen him really perform as much in the NFL. But
do anything. So you could just say we've never seen him do anything.
Except for catch like a couple 50-yard passes at Tennessee. That's
yeah.
about it. Tyrone Tracy, he's solid. I wouldn't say he's good. I'd say he's solid. I'm really hoping as someone who drafted Cam Scadaboo as well in that dynasty draft that Cam Scadaboo can turn out to be good.
As someone who has Tyrone Tracy still on their taxi squad, I hope that is not the case.
Nah, I'm hoping he's good, but the quarterback situation, I don't think it really matters. I don't expect this team to win too many games, although their defense has a lot of talent. It's just they have too hard of a schedule and too much going against them. The secondary as well is solid. Paulson Adebo's good. Javon Holland, Deontay Banks. They have a good defense, and Okereke as well. So It's really just that quarterback room is the hardest.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's bad. It is
It's
bad.
bad.
But we also don't know if Jackson Dart could be.
I'm not expecting too much.
Neither am I. I also pulled up the schedule, so I'll run through it for us. So here's
I'm gonna say the first 3 weeks is the easiest 3 picks I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go. I'm gonna say the game. I'll say my pick, then you say yours, and then I'll say the next one. We'll just rapid fire it. No explanation, okay? At Commanders, loss.
Loss.
At Cowboys, loss.
Loss.
Home against the Chiefs, loss.
Loss.
Home against the Chargers, loss.
Loss.
At Saints, win.
Win.
Home against the Eagles, loss.
Loss.
At Broncos, loss.
Loss.
At Eagles, loss.
Loss.
Home against the Niners, loss.
Loss.
At Bears, loss.
Loss.
Packers, loss.
Loss.
At Lions, loss.
Loss.
At Patriots, loss.
Loss.
Commanders at home, loss.
Loss.
Vikings at home, loss.
Win.
At Raiders, win.
Loss.
Cowboys at home, loss.
Loss.
So we both had 2-15.
We both had 2-15, just one different.
Just one different game, yeah. 2-15. That's my whole point. Is
I mean, it's just
you look at their defense, and their defense genuinely has some studs. They're so good defensively, but when you go on their schedule, I mean, how do they win any more than 4 or 5 games at
I
the
just
most?
don't see it at all.
It's not that they're bad. That they're that bad. They're not 2-15 bad. Their schedule is just so hard.
I mean, they have the one team in the NFL. Well, they have the worst team in the NFL, and then outside of that, they have pretty much just the entire upper echelon.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, and maybe they take one against the Cowboys, but they're probably not beating the Commanders or the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I could see them stealing one against the Cowboys. Maybe the one at home.
For the record, preseason at Bills, loss.
Loss.
Jets at home, loss.
Win.
Patriots at home, loss.
Loss.
Okay. They were just wanted to clean that up. Oh, they play the whole AFC East
Yeah,
in the preseason.
Battle in New York on 8/16.
Yeah, I love that. It's a big, big game. But you ready to move on to our final team here?
Yeah.
Our preview. The defending NFC champion appearance.
Runner-up. NFC runner-up.
NFC runner-up, yeah. Defending NFC runner-up. Washington Commanders. They added Laramie Tunsil. Deebo Samuel, of course. I have Von Miller on here. They didn't sign Von Miller, right?
I believe they did. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
They signed Von Miller.
They added Jonathan Jones, Javon Kinlaw, who was on the Jets, and they also drafted Trey Amos and Josh Connerly. I really like their additions, and I don't absolutely despise their subtractions. But at the same time, there's like other things with them. Like their offensive line's already beat up. Terry McLaurin wants out, probably is requesting a trade. So now their wide receiver one is Deebo Samuel. They have a worse wide receiver core than they did last year if Terry doesn't play, and that was one of their biggest weaknesses last year. So they're already taking a loss there. Their running back group is all solid. They need to play a little bit better, but they're all solid. Their defense struggled a bit last year. They're about the same in the secondary, I'd say, as last year. As far as their D-line is about even, if not got a little bit worse, because they did lose Jonathan Allen, and they really only gained back Von Miller. And their linebackers were solid last year, and they're solid this year. So, what did you notice about everything I just said?
It's just a lot of...
They didn't really get better anywhere.
Yeah, they didn't really get better. I'd say they got a little bit better, and I think some of the guys that they have will develop better. It's tough, though.
And I like the Commanders. I think they have a really good team, so I don't want to say like I'm low on them, because I'm not. Just as far as like they had a really overachieving year, you expect them to get better in year 2 on paper, and they haven't gotten better on paper yet. Maybe they will on the field, but on paper they did not get better.
I mean, I think as long as Terry McLaurin plays, I think they're better on paper.
Agreed.
But
actually I disagree, but I think that is
because if he plays, they have him, Deebo, and Noah Brown. That's a solid trio. They also have KJ Osborne now, McCaffrey, and Michael Gallup. That's definitely a good wide receiver group to have. I think it's solid.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The running game, Brian Robinson Jr. and Eckler, I'm still not a fan of it, but it worked for him last year.
Yeah.
So I can't really say much. Jayden Daniels, as long as he doesn't take the sophomore step back, that's the concern. You bring in Laramie Tunsil, you're hoping he can perform now. Otherwise, then you're really in trouble. Like you said, the offensive line's banged up. If Cosby's not able to go, maybe Chris Paul's able to step in as the new right guard. You got Andrew Wiley, though. You drafted Josh Connerly, and you got Biotish. So it's like I don't almost love their roster, but it's a very similar roster to what they had last season, and they performed. So
Yeah, I mean, my biggest worry, and I mentioned this on last week's show, so I don't got to keep harping on it, but if they do lose Terry, and they just have Debo as wide receiver 1 with, I mean, average at best after him, you're giving a second-year quarterback a worse wide receiver core with an unfamiliar wide receiver 1. That's concerning. Like, at least Drake May has a new wide receiver 1. And he's a second-year quarterback. But at least he has, he didn't just make the AFC Championship. And then now he has this. Like, he's improving to get to where he's at. And he's at the same place, probably a little bit worse as the Commanders receiver core. But it's different standards at this point.
He does have a new coaching staff where Daniels doesn't. They were very lucky to keep their entire coaching staff.
That's very true.
You thought some people were going to leave there. They're able to keep Cliff Kingsbury. That's huge. So that's the thing. And I think on the defensive side of the ball, they can just improve with the players that they have. I think Sanders I think he's going to continue to get better. Marshawn Lattimore was not really good for the Commanders when he went there, but I trust him to work on in the offseason and kind of figure it out, come back and at least play the level we expect him to. Bobby Wagner was good for him, but he's only getting older, so that's a concern. It's just I don't love them, but they've performed, so I can't really say too much.
As we get into our standing predictions here, I have a prediction I want to make. I'm going to let you go first because there's an obvious order here that I guarantee I can pick yours probably guaranteed for this division. It's very, very simple what the order is for most people. I have one I want to switch, but I'm going to let you go first.
I'm assuming you want to move the Cowboys up.
I'm considering moving the Cowboys up.
We talked about it a lot last season. They were really bad against the run. Did they get better with their run defense?
No.
Not particularly, and they, like all the teams in this division, have a very tough schedule. Week 5 through 11, Chargers, Cowboys, Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions. That's a tough stretch, and they obviously are playing in the hard division, so they're always going to have those hard teams to play. So the sophomore slump is the concern, but they also, I believe, lost Dante Fowler Jr. to the Cowboys. Yes. He was someone who was very good for them last year, so that's kind of the replacement for maybe with Von Miller, but then you lost Jonathan Allen and didn't really
do anything.
Get much of a return to improve, except for Kinlaw, who's solid.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not Jonathan Allen.
I'll lead this off because I've decided I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make the switch just because I don't want to let my take on their offseason being underwhelming and that they got worse as a team affect the facts that they are still a better team than the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to go Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, but I guess I'm literally doing exactly what you just did with the Patriots and the Dolphins. But I'm more willing to say that I do believe the Commanders will be better than the Cowboys.
That's how I feel. I have the exact same order: Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. And if that were to happen, it would be, I swear I had it written down, but I guess not, the first time in like 20 years.
I think since 2000 maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's 25 years then since someone won back-to-back. Yep. Ending it's 20-year no repeat.
Oh, so it's 2005 it started then. Okay.
Yeah. 20 years since a team has repeated in this division as champion. So
interesting.
I think we predicted that last year, though, at least I think I did.
Yeah.
With the Cowboys, and it didn't happen. So who knows?
All right. Lead us off. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
This is a tough one. I have two guys. I have one that I'm hopeful for, and I'm not going to go with him. I'm just going to go with Tyler Booker of the Cowboys. He's probably going to play right away. They need him to play well. So I'm going to pick him. Honorable mention, if Scatterboot can get it going, I would love to see Scatterboot be the Elroy.
Yeah, I mean, we're taking shots. Give me Jackson Dart.
Really?
I think Russell Wilson is going to crash and burn, and I love Jameis Winston to death, and every time I want to see him play, most of the time the team just doesn't want to play him for some reason. So I'm going to bank on that, and I'm going to hedge my happiness and say that Jackson Dart will play at some point this year. And, I mean, also doesn't have a ton of competition here for this award. So if he goes and can go like 2-2 and has a decent 2 wins, I feel like that's enough. Unless
Tyler Booker's a solid offensive lineman.
Scatterbo goes crazy, yeah. So
yeah, for D-Roy, easiest one, I have Abdul Carter. I think he's maybe the best player in the draft as a whole.
Agreed.
And so that's the easiest one for me. I think he can have a fantastic season. Hopefully he's just on the field a lot. He has a lot of competition. I still expect him to play a ton, though, so I got Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I mean, the ankle thing is still concerning, but I agree. It's easily Abdul Carter. I have him as the second best player coming from the draft. I still would put Travis Hunter above him, but regardless, he's easily the best defensive player drafted, and it would take a miracle from another player or a horrific season for him not to be the best defensive rookie in this division.
Yeah. For Opoy, he's going to have to play good if he wants the team to be good. Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
He's going to play good, hopefully. I have him finishing second. So I think he's going to have another great season. I don't think he's going to have that sophomore slump that a lot of quarterbacks have. I think he's going to continue to dominate. As long as Terry McLaurin plays, I expect him to just get better. To be honest, he has more weapons now with KJ Osborne, Debo, same running back room, and same coaching staff. So I trust him to just continue to get better, and I have him at Opoy.
I'm going to go with Dak as my offensive player of the year. I think we're going to see a comeback Dak. I think he's going to shut up a lot of people. And like I said, I wanted to make the bold pick of taking the Cowboys over the Commanders for the division, but I feel there's a better chance that Dak outperforms Jayden Daniels than that happening, and that's kind of a way I get to semi-pick it without picking it.
Yeah.
So give me Dak. I worry about the offensive line, but I think he has pretty good weapons, and I think I still think he's in like the 10 to 12 range talent-wise.
Fair enough. For Depoy, as much as I want to pick Micah Parsons, I'm just concerned about him simply being on the field. He seems like a type of guy that would actually just not play.
Yeah.
For some reason. So I'm going to go with Dexter Lawrence.
Yep.
With the Giants. This defensive line is very good. I expect as long as the secondary doesn't completely let them down, I expect him to just continue to dominate. So if Micah plays, it would be him, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I'm just going to go Dexter Lawrence.
As much as I like Dexter Lawrence and I like Jalen Carter too, I'm considering Carter here.
Yeah.
But Jerry Jones gets what Jerry Jones wants a lot of the time. I'm going to say Micah stays in Dallas, and we always forget to mention that he was at one of the top sack leaders in the NFL last year and had to miss like 5 games.
Yeah.
Like he had a very, very, very good. Him and Cooper Rush were really, really good on the back end of that season for them. Give me Micah. He's still the best defensive player in this division.
I mean, as long as he plays.
If he never plays, then it's kind of like null and void, right?
So then I'm going to probably pick Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, well, I was reading. Yeah, my bad. Confident Micah Parsons will play in the open. He said absolutely not.
Oh. Okay, well.
A big part of it is his decision.
I'm still picking Micah. And then for MVP, Saquon Barkley, right?
Yeah, I have Saquon Barkley as MVP.
Yeah, me as well.
Not even a question. Best running back, 2,000-plus rushing yards. Offensive. Was he the offensive player of the year last year?
Yes.
Yeah, so Saquon Barkley. Not a question for me.
This is the last thing I want to mention before we end this pod here. Where do you put Saquon in the best players in the NFL?
I'd say definitely top 8.
I think he's top 8 to 10. I think he's somewhere there. Because I still think you're taking Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Myles Garrett.
TJ, maybe. Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I mean, he might even get a little bit higher.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I honestly I'd put him right with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the line right there.
6'7" range?
Yeah, around 6'7".
Yeah, somewhere around there.